Lukhan Salakaia-Loto, thanks for joining me for a few questions. I'm going to throw a few questions to a lot of your teammates, so I'm going to rapid fire them at you. But, mate, really appreciate you jumping on. It's great to see you in that Wallabies top.
No, it's all good. Thanks for having me. Appreciate the kind words.
Mate, so let's just talk about game day. The lead up to, one of those late night games. What do you like on game day? Pretty chilled, or you get pretty pumped early?
I think it's sort of changed over the years, but I'm still young, so I've had a bit of time to sort of get a routine. Pretty chilled. Don't like to do too much. Late wake up. I probably only eat once or twice on game day, so not too much food consumed, and just get a bit of a sleep, and then just chill and listen to music most of the day, really.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. When you're young, I remember mine. Early on, I would just probably copy what my roomie did. I didn't know what worked for me. I just sort of wandered around, did what everyone did, and I might have got excited by the pasta at the buffet too during a game. So I felt a bit heavy. The last thing you want is you're lethargic and heavy at 7:30 come game time. So that's a really good point to make about finding out what works for you. If you're pretty chilled then in the change room, any blokes get really pumped up and amped in the change room?
Oh, probably at the Reds, probably Harry Wilson. Him and Fraser McWright. They bring a lot of energy to our team, so they're running around, got the headgears on, and just bumping heads with each other, just trying to G the boys up. But they're because with COVID and all that, it's a bit different now with traveling when we did in the comp, fly in, fly out. So the energy they'd have before games, they'd have it like well in the morning when we're traveling down to Sydney or whatever. So and then on the flight back, they'll be just full of energy. So those two, man, they're just full of energy, always G'd up.
Well, let's see what they're like in a few years when they've been bashed around a bit more. It's good to have those young kids bring the juice for everyone. What about when you get a day off? What do you try to do to relax away from the game?
Well, I've got younger siblings at home, so I've got a fair bit to do. My normal day off pretty much just drop them off to school, clean up around the house. Sort of my only day at home, so got to pull my weight when I'm at home because I'm not home very often. Chill with my dogs, take them for a walk, relax, and just kick the feet up until it's time to pick up my siblings again from school. So not too much going on my day off.
Mate, are they the coolest kids at school when Lukhan Salakaia-Loto is on school pickup?
Well, now most of the time, my younger sister and all that, their friends think I'm their dad because I'm so big, but they just tell them that I'm the older brother. But yeah, no one knows who I am, so just sneak past.
That's not going to last much longer, mate. The way you keep playing the way you are, mate. Obviously, we've seen you play rugby. How good you were. If you weren't playing rugby, what other sport do you reckon you could have been good at? What would you love to have been if you couldn't play rugby?
Oh, probably basketball. Big basketball fan. I'm not. I don't know if I'm too good at it. But if it's something that I'll try my hand at, probably basketball.
Yeah, well, mate, they can't teach tall, so you got to start there straight away. So that's something.
Yeah.
We work on your dribbling and your shooting, and then there's something to work with at least. There's a few other midgets in the Wallaby squad who said basketball, but I think there's only been one Muggsy Bogues. I'm not sure we can get some of them in there. So at least you're a chance, mate. What about growing up? We talked about rugby, the way you came through. Did you have a classic Wallaby, a former Wallaby that was a bit of a hero or someone you admired coming through?
I don't really watch too much of the Wallabies growing up, but sort of when I did start to catch on and watch a few of the games, I enjoyed watching Cliffy. Wycliffe Palu, he was probably one of my favourites to watch out of the sort of the Waratahs and Wallabies players, just because his game speaks for itself, and he's pretty physical, pretty dominant, and the best thing about it was he was just soft spoken and just quiet off the field. So I've heard from older players that I've been lucky enough to play alongside. So probably Cliffy's probably the one that sticks out for me.
I think you've chosen well. I was lucky enough to play with Cliffy, and I think you summed it up. He let his actions on the field speak volumes. And I'll tell you what, if you're a centre who wasn't the best defender and you had Cliffy on your inside, you were pretty confident too. It was a bit of yours, Cliffy, yours.
Yeah.
What about you yourself then? What do you think's one of the best things you've done on the field? Is there a moment as a kid even coming through or as you were older that you did something on the field and you went, you know what? Dude, that was brilliant. I can't believe I did that. Because we all have those great moments when we think, actually, I can play this game.
I wouldn't say like any moments that I've done in games because there's I don't want to sound like I froth over what I do. Probably just sort of the debuts I've had, like first time experiences, especially when you're running out on the field as a starter, or if you get your first time to have to step foot on the pitch, whether it be Super Rugby International or even just even at training. I remember all those first moments and those first memories. I'd always sort of say to myself, "Far out, just can't believe it." And it's just dream come true, especially being involved with these squads. Been lucky enough to be involved in the past few years, so sort of just those first feelings and those butterflies that you get, especially when making debuts, was pretty big. So it's probably just those.
Yeah, well, I'm going to throw a bit of a scenario at you now, right? There's a huge injury drama within the back line. We're going to put you in the backs. Where would we stick you, and what kind of player would you be like? How would you go?
I would say probably 12. Play 12.
Nice.
Play a bit direct, ball play a bit, can kick. Fancy myself there. Goal kicking as well.
Yeah, okay. Oh, Johnny Eels then. Yeah, that's good, mate. Right footer?
Yeah.
Or both?
Yeah, right footer.
Yeah, nice. Well, mate, we've unearthed the talent here. I want to see some training footage of you throughout this rugby championship and beyond. I want to see this goal kicking practice, and we might get you to recreate the John Eels winning the Bledisloe with you. That would have been brilliant.
Yeah, well, I told Dave Rennie if he picks me at 12, I'll pass the ball more than Samuel Curry. So, see if he decides to put me.
Yeah. What about in terms of rugby advice, things that have helped you come through? What's the best piece of advice you've received, do you reckon?
Probably from someone like, or like a young guy coming up. I was surrounded by guys like Simo, Slips, Higgers, and a big thing that they told me coming through was just be yourself, be a good teammate, be a good bloke. Because no matter how good of a footy player you are, your teammates are going to remember you as the person you were in those change rooms and how you were. So that's something that I've tried to take a lot of pride in. It was just being a good person and just being myself. In terms of on field, just real cliche, but just training hard, work hard, and just eating well. That's something that a lot of us Island boys, you'd know, is just eating well is such a big part of us performing well. So, but yeah, probably just being a good bloke and being yourself is probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, I do feel your pain with that eat well. If you were having a cheat day, or there's the coaches and the trainers aren't around, what's your go-to luxury you can
Oh, straight to KFC.
Nice. And what's your order? What's your order? We've had a few orders. What would you order?
So I'll go a large zinger box, change the burger to a zinger bacon and cheese, extra mayo, extra cheese. It comes with 3 Ricker wings, so I'll probably add 3 more. Change the drink to 1.25 litre, and fresh chips with extra chicken salt.
That is elite ordering. That is the little bacon and cheese. That you can't buy that. That's experience. You know what I did do sometimes? Sometimes, this is how stupid I was. I'd do the 1.25, but I'd go Pepsi Max because you don't want too many calories. You don't want any wasted calories.
Yeah.
So I thought that after ordering all that, the changing from Pepsi to Pepsi Max would make a difference.
Yeah, it does. It's like Coke and Coke Zero.
Exactly, mate. Good stuff.
And you can tell I've ordered that a few times as well.
Yeah, well, mate, if you and your room are ordering that, it's going to be a fun order eventually whenever that comes in. It'll take 3 people to deliver it.
Yeah.
Nice. Good man. Mate, thanks for spending some time having a chat to us, and good luck for the rest of the year.
No, good. Appreciate having me. Thanks, Wilkes.